Hi, everybody. It's LindaG, and I'm here with Sterling,
Good morning,
our
everybody. Yeah,
favorite Sunday. And thank you guys for your question. Thank you to Linda
absolutely. Yeah. And
and
you're
Dan.
Daniel? Oh,
Dan's in Maine right now. It's just beautiful there. Okay, so question number one. Oh, do you have any housekeeping you want to say?
nothing in particular.
Okay.
No, I think we're all good.
Okay. Hi, Sterling and Linda. I have seen several YouTube shows about emerald tablets. Can you please tell me the author, place of origin, and the approximate date for this information? I don't know what it is.
I remember actually reading on this almost a year ago, but the information is coming back here. That information was received from extraterrestrials, something like 4,000 years ago. It's 2,000 to 4,000 years ago. I don't know. They're telling me the two different time frames here, but it was information transcribed, and it became the basis of some of the world's religions and some of the earliest alchemy. So some of the earliest, delves into medicine and medications and elixirs. Yeah, they were around thousands of years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
ETs, that's wonderful. Thank you, you two. Could Sterling please enlighten us about the Bosnian pyramids? Experts can't agree on what they are.
Which pyramids?
Bosnian.
Oh, a Bosnian pyramids. Yeah, the origin of the Bosnian pyramids. Natural weather conditions. So these aren't man-made. And I think people are confusing them like with the way the pyramids in Egypt were built some 4,000 years ago. So somebody's trying to cross them up and say, oh, they were man-made. It looks like they're all naturally occurring. Yeah.
Wow. Hi, Sterling and Linda. Is autism gene passed down from the father to the child? Does the father's age, is it also a factor?
And this is autism, right?
Yes.
Autism gene. Yeah. Well, interesting enough, I always have to say I'm not a doctor, just like you do, right? But I don't get if it's even completely a gene. I get it. If it is, it's a recessive gene, I think they call it. We have to have two combined together to make produce the artifact. I'm getting it's not necessarily more of the man or more of the woman. It's a combined effect, is what I'm getting, combination. And I'm getting it necessarily doesn't have to do with age, but it has to do with looks like conversion happens inside the woman. So whatever happens in this whole process. So I think my guys are saying not necessarily a gene, or if it is a gene, it's recessive. So hopefully that helps. I don't think it's not a specific gene passed down from a man. Looks like combination here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm not a doctor.
No, and for entertainment purposes only.
Right, exactly.
Will readers like yourself or others with high vibrational energies be able to recognize when a video is AI generated? How will we know if AI is a real human being?
That's so a good multi-layer question there. I can look at several, sometimes it takes me a couple of passes on a video to tell if it's a deep fake or not. That's what they're referring to, if it's AI generated. Usually, if I can't tell in the first pass, if I watch it 2 or 3 times, I can tell. Yeah. However, there are new tools coming that are AI derived that will be able to determine deep fakes. So the same technology that's being used to create them will also be used to detect them. So anyway, it's going to be okay. Yeah.
Okay. Some psychics on YouTube say that China will split into distant regions similar to the collapse of the Soviet Union. Do you see this happening? If so, how many regions?
I don't pick that up at all, that it's not going to split. As a matter of fact, within a decade, 2 decades, overall China's economy is going to be very strong overall, and so they're not going to divide up China. I don't see it at all. No.
Casey DeSatan received $35 million in hurricane relief money. Has she distributed any? What are her intentions?
Casey DeSantis, right?
Oh, yeah, I accidentally say DeSantis.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to talk about the same person. Okay. Yeah, what I get is that there's a bit of a holdback there. And what figure do they? I think it's closer to like 6.
I thought it was more than 35 million. I thought
Yeah,
it
no,
was 64.
my recollection is like $60 million already,
Yeah.
but it's going to get distributed shortly here, 30 days, 45 days. Looks like it'll start getting distributed. So some sort of a hang up in government. I
Well,
don't pick
she's
this
not
up.
under government. That's the thing that's pissing people off. They said send it to her, not to.
No, it actually went to a government fund.
It did. That's in
Yeah,
her name.
it actually is part of a government fund. And
Interesting.
I think she may have been one of the executors on that government fund or something. It didn't go to her personal bank account, if that's what people are implying.
Okay.
Um,
And why are
yeah.
they still holding on to it when the hurricane's gone
Well,
so long?
it looks to me like they're battling something with insurance companies. So it's like, who's going to pay for what? Like, for example, if the government shells out all this money and other insurance companies that are there would have paid for a lot of it, they could have held that back in the kitty for the government. So
Oh,
I
okay.
think that there's some sort of a game going on here, is what I'm being told. Yeah.
Okay. Will Canada help Haitian government get Haiti back under control?
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of help coming from Canada in regards to the Haitian government and police and problems. I see a lot of things going on there, and it looks like Canadian government's already been helping. So I think they're going to continue to help is the answer. I see them investing millions and millions of dollars. I'm not sure why politically they're calling that out, but they're saying that they've already invested millions of dollars to help, and they'll continue. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, thank you, Sterling and Linda, for sharing your guests. More than 60 million people from California to Florida are under some type of heat alert this week. Temperatures in the Southwest topped 115 degrees. Will there be a federal laws prohibiting people from working outside in temperatures exceeding 80 degrees in the shade? Heat kills an average of 702 people every year, according to the CDC, making it the deadliest weather-related disaster in the nation over the past 3 decades.
Yeah, and the question there was whether the federal government will adopt those laws, because like California already has those laws.
They have those laws.
So
Caltrans at work.
I'm being told that the federal government will definitely adopt those laws in short order, a number of months. Maybe
Okay.
it's like 5 months, 6 months, but they'll kind of draft it based on even what California's done. Yeah.
Listen, it's happening all over the world too. Because I read there was a spot in, I don't know if it was I think it was southern Spain that got up to 140 at one point in time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone is suffering.
Absolutely.
Okay. Love it when the two of you collaborate. Thank you. My question, the US has the highest costs concerning health insurance and medication. What can we do as taxpayers to counteract these charges?
That's an easy one. You have to vote, vote, vote. But here's the important point my team wants to make. It's not just voting for the president, but it's voting for all the congressional, all the House seats, all the judges. I think a lot of people in this country don't take it all seriously. They say they vote for the president, but it's all the other individuals in government you have to vote for as well. So whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, you have to get out there and vote. So that's the best way to help with medication, healthcare costs.
Yeah.
It's legislation. Yeah.
Look at Michigan. Michigan voted out everybody. So, they're going along at the pace they want.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hi, Linda and Sterling. Will 45 finally be gagged? He continues to attack judges and rulings through social media.
I never see that happening. And the reason I don't see that happening is because the government's walking a very tightrope, and they don't want to make it look like they are infringing on his rights. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want anybody to call
he's infringing on everybody else's.
Right. Even though they're being very careful, just like why they put the case down in Florida. They're trying to make sure nobody can call foul. So for that reason, I don't see it happening. I think they're going to get him to trial much faster than it's a problem. So.
Okay. My beloved brother passed away several years ago. The day after he passed over, I had a vision of my brother standing. He had been bedridden for years. I can tell you in detail what he was wearing, but he was much younger than his 73 years, and he kept looking at me, smiling, and I felt waves of his love for me shining through his eyes. Did my brother actually come to see me, or was this my imagination?
Absolutely a visit from the brother. Very common for loved ones to come around us, and I see it all the time, especially if people are in grief, to try to give them a sign to say, look, I'm okay.
Yes.
I'm here. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. Yeah, absolutely.
Even in the World War II, I remember stories of women who were asleep in bed and their son would come to the foot of the bed and they didn't even know that he had died. And they said, Mom, I'm okay. And then,
Right.
and then they'd find out he had died.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hi, Sterling and team. When we pass, we go through a life review. Does every family member also see our life review?
No, it's more of a private learning experience for you. Now, as you get out into the larger spiritual family on the other side, people understand what growth you've gone through. But the real life review is for each of us individually as we go to the other side to say, what did you learn? What did you experience? It's meant for your personal growth. It's not a public execution. So
Okay. Unless perhaps you hurt somebody or you did something, you've got to clear that up, or no?
well, you're going to feel all the energy of everything you left here on the planet. So all good, all bad, all you feel all that energy. But I think that when the person asks the question, do your family members look over your life review or something? No, they don't.
Okay.
Your family members don't. But
Oh, if you were abused as a child, does that mean you were a horrific person in a previous life?
no, 100% no. It's all about the life lessons you set out in the blueprint for this lifetime. So,
And you set it out. You pick your
yeah.
battle.
So it's, now many times people will have life experience in prior lifetimes. And they'll say, based on that, this is how I want to change the construct of the life going forward. But that's different than saying I'm paying back a debt, a karmic debt for what happened. I never see that happening. I see people always creating the next new life path based on what they want to learn. Yeah.
Right. Oh, this is a good one. What's going on with Prigozhin? Where is he really? Is he dead or threatened? Is he working double time with the CIA, as some psychics have mentioned? Not this psychic.
Yeah, no, he's actually still alive, very much alive. He's working with Putin in Russia. They have a game plan for Belarus, is what I've always seen. And they're going to try to exert some force and some control over Belarus to try to leverage other things going on in Ukraine. So he's very much alive and moving back and forth. I do see different factions of the Biden administration working different levers inside Russia to try to get Putin to an off-ramp. And I even saw that with the NATO meetings that went on here the last week. I saw that there were some side meetings going on. My team was telling me, again, trying to negotiate some way to get Putin off of what he's doing, giving him an off-ramp. So yeah, all that's true. Yeah.
A few months ago, I was standing in my kitchen and coming in from the next room was a cluster of yellow lights, sparkling, moving slowly towards me. Suddenly it dissolved and then I smelled flowers. Was that a friend or an angel or what?
What I get on that is that was a family member. That was a mother energy. So there's a mother energy on the other side. Sometimes it's a grandmother, but that's a mother energy for that person. Yeah. Try to
Interesting.
make
Okay,
contact.
or
Yeah.
grandmother, yeah.
Yeah.
Will TMJ ever be covered by insurance companies? What's TMJ?
It's like I think they refer to it as like the
It's a jaw.
jawbone,
Okay.
disease.
It's not covered now?
My interpretation is it is covered by insurance companies in many cases, but you have to do all the prequel work to get it approved or whatnot. So I don't know, whoever asked the question, maybe they got an insurance carrier that's not covering it.
Could be.
But what I'm being told is it's covered by a lot of insurance companies.
Okay. Hi, Linda and Sterling. I live in a 100-year-old house. Sometimes I hear my name with no one else in the house. Who is it? I'm not scared when this happens, but curious.
That's one of their guides and angels trying to get their attention. So that's not a prankster spirit. That's not anything going, but those guides and angels trying to get her attention. Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Okay, it was recently reported that lawyers with the Supreme Court businesses paid Clarence Thomas aid via Venmo payments from 2019 to 2021. Is this true? And is this enough to get Thomas out of court?
I get it's all completely true, 100%, absolutely. But it's not going to be the nail in the coffin, so to speak. There's other things coming for Clarence. So
Yeah.
it looks
And
like
it's
that's
not
not
in writing that he can't do that. It's unbecoming, but it's not, they don't have that list of do's and don'ts.
That's true. So yeah, I get it's all true. All the Venmo payments, I get were true, but it's just it's somehow going to be, you know, shuffled under the rug. Other things are going to bring down Clarence and Ginny
Okay.
for entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment only, you guys. Dear Sterling, is there an agreement in place between our government and the ETs to disclose information and technologies as free energy to the world? Are the humans living up to this agreement? And does it have something to do with earth changes and frequency changes?
Yeah, whoever constructed that question, all kinds of elements in there.
Yeah.
There are a lot of secret agreements between extraterrestrials and world governments. There are regarding various technologies. Some of them are being rolled out. Semiconductor technology is part of an extraterrestrial asset. So's AI eventually, but it doesn't have anything to do with the Earth's energy per se. There are secret agreements, and part of the technology is free energy. Free energy will be coming. But it's going to take a while to deploy it. So all that's true. Those agreements are in place, but you know, there's different factions of the government that know about this and other factions that don't. So.
Right, exactly. Over the course of this past week and since 2021, my husband and I many times have seen bright objects flying across the night sky, then disappeared. They look like white orbs. What are they?
Well, if they're moving at extremely rapid speed, I'll make that interpretation. Those are there's a combination of things. Those are drones from other world countries. Those are drones from extraterrestrials, and some of them are shuttle ships. So all of them have about that size orientation, and they all look bright and they move very fast through the sky. So
yeah, I've even seen like a ship, a UFO, and then all these little ones falling out like they're coming out.
those are
They're just
shuttle ships or drones, is what you're describing.
Are they actually run by ETs or they run at a distance?
Well, some are extraterrestrial and some are human-made, man-made. So they are. Yeah.
Hi, Linda and Sterling. I am 69, and for decades, people that I can see auras say mine is the strangest one they have seen. Some people seem frightened by it. I was told the only person that didn't prefer to say anything and leave. Okay, this is Highland and Sterling. I'm 69, and for decades, people that can see auras say mine is the strangest one they have seen. Some people seem frightened by it. I was told by the only person that didn't prefer to say anything and leave that it goes straight up from my head. Any ideas?
That's just the spiritual channel that opens up for all of us. So for some reason, hers is more visible. So we talk about opening up. A lot of people will talk about opening up the crown chakra and being able to. So that's what they're seeing is that channel that opens up for her. Nothing unusual. Yeah.
I'm not feeling bad either.
No.
Sterling, a lot of red states are really messing up public schools. Will they get away with it?
Sorry, and a lot of who is doing it? Who?
Red states.
Oh, red states. Yeah, that problem's going to be around for us for another 2 years. So by the time the new government gets installed, or you have the 2024 election, all that, it'll all start to get unwound, and it's all going to come back to normal again. We'll be out of, was it Fahrenheit 451? Was that the book, the book where they burned all the books, Fahrenheit 451 or something? I forget the name of it now. Yeah, but we'll get back to a sense of normalcy. Yeah.
And also they're going to really look at our children because of COVID. Mm-hmm. What happened, our numbers are, the kids aren't learning right now.
Yeah, no, it's a real mess.
They'll really address education. Okay, do you see anything coming up this week?
I do, so a real continuation of some real bad storm activity around the world, Midwest, East Coast of the US, parts of Europe, Asia. So unfortunately, just a lot of very active storm activity due to the heightened temperatures of the ocean. That's all still going to be around us coming up this week. Yeah, this week. Also see they were talking to me earlier, telling me there's another tectonic plate shift in the Indian Ocean. So that's going to create some more earthquakes down the Indian Ocean coming up here like this week. Don't see major tsunamis, affecting that, but
Right.
it looks like it's going to get tenuous for some reason with some of the water currents. And I do see also another major whistleblower coming out this week regarding the 45 case documents, and also January 6th. Some other major like whistleblower coming forward with like really strong information. Now, it may be released to the media this week, and they may have talked to this person last week or something, but it's coming. And then I keep asking my team about what's going on with, the DOJ and that. It looks like over the next 10 to 25 days, we're going to see a lot of indictments drop. So we're going to see the one out of the DOJ. We're going to see the one out of Georgia. And this is either 2 or 3 in total. So it's like 1 or 2 out of the DOJ and 1 out of Georgia. But they're showing me the next 10 to 25 days. So
Wow, I
that's
love
all
it.
coming up. Yeah.
Listen, I did a video yesterday, what my
Mhm.
guides have been telling me about the weather
Mhm.
changes. And I didn't want to scare people. I just said, heed into any kind of warning. Don't sit around thinking, we'll see if it passes. Just get out. Just get out. So my guides had told me, and you have predicted earthquakes too, but I saw a significant one in the ocean between Alaska, Washington, and Oregon. Well, this morning or last night, there was a 7.5 in the ocean off Alaska.
Mhm.
Then I said a hurricane with Hawaii, and I don't know why I got it, but I said a hurricane with Hawaii. There's a category 2 heading to Hawaii right now.
Oh, very good. Your guides are really working well with you.
They're
Yeah.
really they were on it, but the most important thing they want you to know is that just be your best as far as listening. Listen to whatever signals you get. People will get signals. All of a sudden they're uncomfortable. They're like, I don't know why, Linda, but I just feel weird, like I'll know before an earthquake hits
Right.
around
Right.
me. You too, you just start getting kind of dizzy and weird, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the guides are
Absolutely.
cool.
Yeah.
The guides are cool. And we're not meant to scare you. We're just giving you the lowdown, so you're pre-warned. It's not the end of the world. Okay. Do you have anything your guides want to share?
Yeah, simply this week, it's more like capture all the important moments in your life, kind of hold them dear and share them with others, because it continues to enrich your life. It keeps you in a place of good and helps those around you. So kind of like appreciate all the good moments in your life, sort of a thing, capture them and share them, talk about them. That energy is good for you and good for those around you.
And it's good for the universe too,
It
because as
is.
you stand in that love energy, it vibrates.
Exactly. And it's the opposite of like being worried that everything is going, going
Hell in
terrible.
a
Like everything's going to
handbasket.
go wrong. Think about all the things that have gone right in your life,
Right.
bless them, hold them dear. Yeah. Well, good.
Right. And also, and I don't want people to worry about Trump. I mean, Sterling, you've said it, I've said it. I do not see him winning or being able to win.
No, Biden is going to completely win the 2024 presidential election. 45 will be the GOP nominee. Been saying it for months,
Okay.
more.
He will be the nominee.
He will be the nominee.
Which is good for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's gonna be a circus, but it's okay. It's all gonna work out right. Huh?
Yeah, I love it. And it's so
Yeah.
weird because between us, he all he does is complain. He doesn't present anything substantial. He's not talking about things that we can use as Americans. All he's saying is, I'm going to get rid of the DOJ and anybody that worked against me. How is that positive?
Yeah, well, there's no logic on that side, so you can't ever look for logic or any rational behavior, right? There's nothing rational there.
Right.
So.
And I'd like to also amend something I said on my video, also type it on my video. I said that the president, because after the Supreme Court said, no, you can't forgive loans, they had gone back to the table, everybody in the administration, and we're looking for a way to do something. Sure enough, they did via some Department of Education.
Secretary of Education forgave a substantial amount of loans. Yeah.
Right. But I said 74 million. It was billion.
Mhm,
It wasn't
mhm.
million. So that's a huge, huge amount of forgiveness. And I know everybody's barking and jumping over there, all upset, but he was able to do it. I saw
Yeah.
him go back to the table.
And there's more coming. There's more loan forgiveness coming. And every time this has come up on our show or the shows I do, my team said, don't worry about the loan forgiveness. It's going to bounce back and forth several times. It's
Okay.
like volleyball. It's going to keep going back and forth until they kind of get it done. So
I don't know if you've said this out loud, but I always see something with DACA too, finally getting stamped.
yeah, it looks to me like that's going to happen right after like the 2024 election, presidential
Okay.
election.
Because we're going to have a little bit more cushing and we can change.
Yeah, yeah. And it
Also,
looks
a
like
lot of Republicans are going to get the message.
they are. They are. I mean, if you look at everything that's happening with all the thing that the GOP is passing nationwide, it's just it's crazy. And they're doing everything they can to not get elected.
I know,
So,
but you wonder what the heck are they thinking?
yeah, they all need to wear like Biden 2024 badges because they're just helping Biden.
Because when the whole women's right thing happened and they dinged Roe versus Wade, I said they've awoken the sleeping giant. Who do they think they are? 70 to 80% of Americans want the right. And so even Trump said out loud to somebody, you know what? I think this is going to ding us.
Yeah, yeah. So it's all going to work the way it's supposed to.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Don't fear.
Don't panic, but get out there and vote all the way down the ballot. That's the key.
Okay.
Judges, House, Senate. Don't just vote president. You've got to work down the whole ballot. That's where all these problems are happening. Yeah.
And by the way, I really appreciate your Sunday videos you do.
Oh, thank you.
It kind of keeps me calm.
Oh, great. Great.
I enjoy sitting down with my coffee to listen. I put you on my TV. I said, I know him. Oh, can I ask you? Go ahead.
Sure. I was just going to say, I owe a big debt of gratitude to my wife, Linda. She puts a lot of hours into, there's always 400 to 500, sometimes 600 questions a week. And it does take her hours to go through all of them. It's not a trivial task.
And she also tries not to repeat.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Or she does, if the question gets asked a lot, like somehow people are new to the channel, she'll put those in there as well. So, yeah.
Can I ask you about the Screen Actors Guild situation?
Sure.
Are you feeling compromised?
Yeah, so actually, that's on my show this week. Even I talk about that. So should I spoil the surprise or
no?
So,
we'll see. Well,
what I got. Yeah, what I got originally when WGA, when the Writers Guild went on strike, I said it's gonna go through at least August. It's not gonna happen faster than August. Now that SAG-AFTRA, the Screen Actors Guild, is on strike as well, that puts more momentum in the strike, but it's still going to get pushed out towards the end of the year before all gets resolved. And the reason is that they really have to develop a very sophisticated, what I call multi-tiered contract. They can't have contracts in place anymore the last decades. The rate of adoption of new technology around AI means that every year to 2 years, there are new guidelines you have to put in to account for that new technology and new delivery platforms, laptops, watches, mobile devices, VR, virtual reality. So anyway, so it's a multi-tiered contract that has to come into place. It's take a while. And they're going to have to develop new financial ledger technology using blockchain, which is the same technology used behind NFTs, non-fungible tokens, to track where all the content is being shared and shown. So all these models are shifting. So it's going to take them a while to get all this done. It's not going to happen in 30 or 60 days. But I do see by the end of the year, it looks like it all gets taken care of.
I kept picking 2, so 2 months or maybe even February next year, but I kept picking 2. I'm almost wondering if they're going to hustle with the SAG one, but you got to have the writers too. But you could be, you're usually
the Writers Guild and Screen Actors Guild are facing the same exact problem.
Same exact thing.
It's how the content gets monetized, how you track it, how you share the wealth, how you share the upside. So right now with streaming technology, a lot of actors just getting paid on the first stream, but if it gets streamed, 300 times more on various platforms, they don't get paid.
Yeah,
So
that's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not fair. but it's going to cost billions of dollars. Another real quick question. UPS. Did you already talk about that?
I haven't, no.
Is
I always
UPS
saw,
going-
well, I have on a prior show, but I always saw that the White House is going to get actively involved in that.
I saw the
Uh,
White House. I wasn't sure if it was the SAG. I don't know why they would be involved as SAG or if it's
Yeah.
UPS, and I think it's UPS.
Yeah, no, and it's because it's a huge supply chain strain on the nation. So I see the White House really coming together, working behind the scenes, trying to get everybody together. I really do feel like they're going to come in and really leverage some good skills here to make it happen. Prevent
Oh,
if the strike goes on, it may happen a couple of days or something. It could be
that's
very
what I was
short-lived.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, like very short-lived, and then it's okay. It's
That's
almost
what I
like,
saw. I saw,
yeah,
like I said it on yesterday's show. It's like it happens. They do go on strike, but it's bada bing, bada boom. They
exactly.
take care of it.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
So how do people get a hold of you?
Real easy. You can go to sterlingpsychicmedium.com, the website, look for the book a session tab. It's very straightforward. And as you know, we also have a YouTube channel, which we mentioned here, Sterling Psychic Medium. So all very easy.
I have people write me and say, "Oh, Linda, I have an appointment with Sterling coming up tomorrow." And I'm like, "Oh, goody for you." They love their
Lots of
appointment.
fun. Lots of fun.
All right. Well,
All
tell
right.
your beautiful wife I said hello.
I will. And she sends her best regards to you. A lot of love to you too. She always tells me. So,
Thank you so much. And Mel's doing so good. Thank you, you guys.
oh, good. He's a trooper. He's going to
He's a
do just
trooper.
fine. He's going to do just fine. Yeah.
He's going to be fine. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. But watch Sterling show. You've released one for today.
Yeah, it goes out automatically. It's already out. Mhm.
Okay. I like to sit down and listen to those too because, you know, it gives me a calming feeling. You're very
Oh,
good
good.
about calming. All right,
Good.
you guys. Talk to you
All
later.
right.
Cheers.
Thanks, everybody.